Join me as I bounce around the garden, doing some weekend garden maintenance and planting a few things. Hi everybody, my name is Kim and you're at Kim's Cozy Corner. I am in Southwest Ohio. I am in Zone 6B and it is a cooler spring morning. We're not past our last frost date, but there's no frost in sight for the next 10 days. And I am just working in the garden on a Saturday morning in some cloudy weather, trying to get some things done. And as I'm bouncing around the garden, I thought I'd bring you with me. The first thing that we're going to work on today is this GreenStalk right here. In this GreenStalk, I've done nothing to this top tier. The next 3 tiers are lettuce, and I started some from transplants. That's what you see here. And then I started some from seeds. And it looks like the dynamite did well. It came up. And my bronze minuet, I got nothing. So we may replace that bronze minuet with something. And then in the very bottom, I had 2 different types of herbs. I had parsley in this next tier here. And then in the very bottom, I had cilantro. And the cilantro is coming up in, it looks like 3 of the 6 pockets. So I've already replaced the parsley. And the parsley, I've already put it in, and that's when I said, let's turn the camera on and just let you bounce around with me. So we'll replace the cilantro in 3 pockets. We will replace 3 pockets with some other type of lettuce, and we're going to take care of this basil. Well, we will start with the basil. I didn't cut the basil out earlier because I really believed that this basil, some of the seeds looked like they were going to come up for me, but I don't see anything growing now. So we're going to cut this out. I'm going to leave the root structure in, and we're going to put new basil seeds in the top. So y'all, I went searching, and guess what? I don't have any more cilantro. None whatsoever. I'm not going to go buy any cilantro. None whatsoever. So we're going to just put something else down there so we can keep the harvest coming. So I got the seeds for the basil. I brought some lettuce. I got my book. And y'all, it wants to rain. It's trying to rain on me again. But anyway, down here in the bottom, we are going to put in Paris white, which is a romaine lettuce. And I only got 3 pockets, so we will put Paris white in those pockets. I have lots and lots of labels here. Paris white. So in between the cilantro, for the pockets where I don't have any cilantro, well, it looks like that's cilantro trying to come up there. We will put Paris white in these 3 pockets right here. Paris white is a romaine lettuce, heading lettuce. I prefer crisp mint, but guess what? I don't have any more of those seeds either. Y'all, I'm going to have to work on my seeds supply for next year. This year, I'm going to make do with what I got. We're going to try not to buy seeds because I get a little crazy at seed when it's time to go buy seeds. I can't go get just the 1 seed I need. I end up picking up like 10 packs. So I'm going to try to behave myself, especially when I got 20 different other types of lettuce that I can choose from. Paris white takes, what, 70 days to mature? I didn't add any fertilizer or anything because these pockets have already been amended just a couple of weeks or so ago. So all I'm going to do is lightly get these seeds in. Well, everything's been amended except for this top one up here. Everything else, yes. All right, so for the lettuce, that's going to replace the, what was this? Bronze minuet. And I have no bronze minuet. We are going to replace that with Merlot, which is another one of my favorite lettuce. A nice deep red lettuce. And as much as I plant that one, I should have had a tag. So we'll do 3 pockets. And I shouldn't put any more than like 3 seeds in a pocket, but yeah, I just put 10 seeds in there. So let's see if I can get some of them back out. Yeah, I'm always heavy-handed. Merlot is a leaf lettuce too, by the way. So if you'll notice here, I'm doing green loose leaf, red loose leaf every other pocket. Down here, I'm doing green and this rust color loose leaf every other pocket. So garden art, that's what we're working on, is the garden art. And this one, I think, is every other one is green. And then I think this is, y'all, I don't forgot, what is it? Oh, May Queen, and it's going to have some little reds around the edges for the May Queen. So the lettuce, we're done. So now we're going to work on this basil. Y'all know I travel a lot for work, so even though it's all cloudy and dreary out here, I still have to be here working. It's the only way I can get it done, y'all. If the rain stays out, I'll be all right. All right, I had to get a bigger pair of shears. Still doesn't want to cut though. I don't know if you can see it, but this GreenStalk has started to lean. So I need to bring that back corner up, which we're going to take care of. And then we will finish working on that basil. Ah, yeah. There we go. I used to have some conifer trees right here that we've taken them out long ago. It looks like some of those roots are starting to go ahead and give away, and it caused this back end to sink. It looks nice and level now, and I used rocks to do it. I got my little wheelbarrow full of goodies. The first thing I need to do with these goodies is bring the level back up in each one of these pockets. The pockets have been brought back up. A little fertilizer in each pocket. Massage that in. And I am planting from seeds. So even though it's kind of wet and dreary out here, I can't say that word, dreary out here, we are going to have to add just a little bit of water to this top pocket, or top tier, I should say, because we need to water in this basil. Basil does not like the cold. So if you are not past your last frost date, or if you know frost is coming, don't put your basil in. Lettuce is cool season. Parsley is cool season. Cilantro is cool season. Basil is not. So don't put basil in unless you know you're past that last frost. So I'm going to update my seed journal here. Y'all, this rain is coming a little too heavy for my camera, but we're going to finish this process here. And then I'll just work and bring you back and show you what I did. But we need to update the seed journal. Where's the basil? There it is. Today is 4/26. And so I added that to my seed journal. And in my seed journal, it shows when I planted all kinds of stuff. It's all in here. I even have a separate area for the neighbor where I've planted things over at the neighbors as well. So we got the seed journal updated. For basil, we're going to start 2 different varieties. We're going to start just a traditional basil, nothing special about it. And we're going to start this batik basil, just trying something new. And yes, I already had basil seeds. And no, I didn't need to go buy basil, but I was in there trying to buy the dynamite, and I bought the dynamite, and I said, why not? See, that's why I don't buy seeds, because I can't go get just what I need. I end up getting all this other stuff. But anyway, this new basil that I've never had before, it says it's only 25 days to harvest, which is kind of cool. But the batik, however you say it, it's a Thai basil. And it has an extended harvest. It's good for soups, salads, and curries versus the traditional basil that I always get. So trying to mix things up a little bit. And we're going to do 3 pockets of each, which is probably more than enough. And I like to do every other pocket, so that's the plan. I should have used my own personal seed supply because it's already acclimated to my weather. But I didn't do that. So here we are. And now the rain stopped again. I'm just going to give it a light tossing. Basil, I don't think you plant that very deep. A quarter of an inch. Quarter of an inch, not deep at all. So I'm just going to lightly toss it. You know what? I could just put a little soil on top. That way my basil seeds are not on top of each other. I know they're nice and spread out in there. One of the other things I like to do, I like to give my pockets a light toss or a pat. I don't think that's something you have to do. I prefer to do it because my soil is super dry. And when I go to water from the top on this pocket, I don't want my seeds and soil and everything flying all over the place. So I'm going to give it just a little light tap, and then we will water it in. I also put seeds down on these bottom 2 tiers. So I'm going to lightly water those bottom 2 tiers. Anywhere where I put seeds, basically. I forgot I put some on that level too. But we got rain yesterday, so it's not like I need to add a whole bunch of water. It's watered in. Now let's go do something else. So we are now over to the neighbors, and we are going to start getting their beds together as well. So I'm going to spin around and show you the space that I'm working in over here for my neighbors. So my neighbor has 10 4x4 wooden beds, and then he has 2, I think it's 3.5 by 5 foot metal raised beds all the way over in the back corner over there. So this is the total space. I've purchased a GreenStalk, and I put a GreenStalk over there for them. And there will be another GreenStalk going in over there. So 2 GreenStalks and 12 roughly 4x4 raised beds, whether it's metal or whether it's wooden. We've already set that GreenStalk up over there. It's in an earlier video. And now we're going to work on some of the beds that are over here. The beds over here has typically got shaded out by 2 trees in my yard and a tree just to the side of me here. But we had some tornadoes come through about 6 years ago, and it really took out the tree that's in their yard, and I removed those 2 trees in my yard that was blocking the garden. So we are going to have more sunlight than normal, but I'm still going to put my cool season crops that don't want that super hot sun in this space over here because I know there will be a little shade on this side. Last year, y'all, I had a rabbit, and that rabbit kept taking out everything that I planted over here from a cool season standpoint. So I haven't seen any rabbits this year, but that doesn't mean that that rabbit's not out there just waiting for its buffet. But I am going to put some cool season crops over here. I'm going to put some transplants over here is what we're going to do. And maybe some onion. Maybe if I put some onion over here, it'll deter that rabbit. When it comes to wildlife, even though I'm in Southwest Ohio and I am in a suburban area, we have quite a few nooks of trees, small little wooded areas all around me. Like I think last year we had a duck create a nest in this garden over here. So we had ducks over here. We had the rabbit over here. The deer walk through every day, but luckily I haven't had much issues with the deer lately. And I got 2 wild dogs, 2 wild coyotes that come through. I don't know, coyote, dog, I don't know if it's the same or not, but they come through every night at 11 o'clock, because my cameras catch them every night at 11 o'clock. They come through my yard, they come over here into this yard, and about 15 minutes later, they go back. Who knows what they're doing? I don't know, but they haven't been messing with anything so far, and maybe it's keeping the rabbits away. I don't know, but let's get busy. So where are my plants? So what do I have? I have some kohlrabi, cabbage, broccoli, and more cabbage. So there we go. That's what we're going to put in today. Wish me luck. Please wish me some luck. What else? Oh, I got some more stuff. That's not everything. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I have some Napa cabbage, and I also have some kale and 5 celery plants, and that's it. I am in my neighbor's garden, and I want to be clear. I am putting in my neighbor's garden what I know my neighbor wants to eat. My neighbors are in their late 70s, and they used to really use this space. And 5 or 6 years ago, I noticed they had stopped using the space, and it's just too much for them to manage. So I agreed to garden for them by putting in the things that they want to eat. And if there's anything extra, then I take it back to my house. But I don't consider this my food. And usually when I'm over here, I don't weigh the food over here and add it to my totals. If it's a bumper crop of potatoes, you betcha I'm going to weigh it. But for the most part, I'm not weighing anything that's over here. It's just here for my neighbors, families, friends. Like if they have somebody that stops in and they want to give the food away, that's perfectly fine. So this, we call it the community garden. Let's get started. I don't think I brought enough kohlrabi. Let me go grab some more kohlrabi. So I've decided to start back here in my most shaded bed. And I'm thinking about putting stuff back here that's going to be here for a very long time. And I had a very hard time making my mind up on what I wanted to put back here. So I ended up coming up with Brussels sprouts. I got red Brussels sprouts, y'all. Red. Those, I think those are going to be quite delicious. And they're going to be here all season. So we're going to put them across the back. And then I have some Charleston Wakefield. What did I do with them? Charleston Wakefield cabbage. I think I'm going to leave the front open. That's the plan. So let's get the transplants in. I am only going to fertilize the pockets. I put new soil in here last year. We really didn't do anything in this bed last year. It just never took off. So I am going to just focus on where I'm planting the items I'm planting. The Brussels sprouts need a full square foot. So I can put one every 4 square feet, or one every square foot, I should say. Put some fertilizer in each one of these. Last year was the first year, y'all, I ever got Brussels sprouts. They were so good. So good. I had enough for my family to eat and to share with others. I didn't put any away though, because I'm like the only person in my family who likes Brussels sprouts enough to even want to like get a year's supply. So it's just me, so I can live off of fresh eating. It's not like I'll go out and buy it in the store or anything like that. So that's okay. That's okay. Since I'm doing transplants, I'm adding my Mykos, my mycorrhizal, to each of the holes I'm planting in to help that, what I call transplant shock, to help the roots become one with the soil. And this particular type of Brussels sprout is called red burgundy. Am I putting all 4 in here? Y'all, I can't put all 4 in here. I want one for my garden too. I only got 4. Oh, I got 5. I thought I had a little more than this, but that's okay. I got a little baby one here. I'm going to try to separate it out. It might not grow because it's real baby. And then this little baby one, it might come up. We'll see. Anyway, Brussels sprouts are in. Taking this one back to my house. In this next row, we're going to put the Charleston Wakefield cabbage. And there is drip irrigation over here as well. I made sure I had drip irrigation in all of my beds. Well, I say my beds, but y'all know I mean my neighbors. Around the outside of my neighbor's bed are flowers. All the way around the border, all kinds of flowers. So there are always bees over here, all kinds of beneficial insects. They all very happy to be over here. There's also herbs all over here that's been here since I moved in. I mean, they've always been here. All right, now this was getting a little root bound. It wanted to come out. So I'm granting it its wish. Anytime you start seeing those roots all wrapped around, then you need to loosen those roots up before you try to put it in the ground. And yes, that one looks dead, but it looks like in the center it's coming back. That was one of the plants we had issues with the watering. So I now have 2 rows left. And I think I'm going to put onion across the backside there and kale. We're going to put kale over here. We'll go straight across with the kale, and we will put the onion across the edge. So I'm going to keep playing around in this bed. I'm going to turn my camera off so I can save the battery, and I will bring you back and show you this bed when I get finished. But don't worry, y'all. You're going to be with me the whole time I'm out here today. Looks like the weather is going to go ahead and clear up and the sun's going to come out, so we'll be out here all day. Woo, y'all. I am tired, but guess what? I'm done transplanting over here for today. So let me show you everything I got into just over here. Now we are far from being finished. By no means are we finished, but I did work on 3 beds. So in this first bed, I have Brussels sprouts in the back. I have cabbage, which is the Charleston Wakefield next. And then in the 3rd row here, I have kale. And in this very last row, I did some red onion on this side. And on the other side, I have both red and white kohlrabi. And this next bed, I didn't finish this bed, but in the back, I have Napa Chinese cabbage across the back. And then I have a small area there of celery. And y'all, for the first time ever, that's dirty. For the first time ever, I only got 5 celery plants instead of 50. So I did okay, even though I think I started with like 30. I'm down to 5. So we got 5 celery plants. I don't know how you could even see me. This lens is absolutely filthy. All right, let's see if this is any better. Back to where we were. So in addition to the celery, I have some onion right there as well. I think it's called Bartlett or something like that. Never grown it before. To be the first time we're growing that onion there. And you'll notice a theme. I'm putting a little bit of onion in every bed, and maybe that'll help with the critters that I got running around here. And then before I tuckered out, in the very back bed back there, I just went ahead and planted the rest of those onion all the way in the back there. And that's it for the neighbors today. But now we're going to move over and we're going to do something in our little fruit orchard. But of course, I got to clean up this mess before I can go over there. Okay, we are in our little orchard area where I got strawberries, peach trees, apple trees, blueberries. I think that's it, growing in this space right here. And I have one more blueberry bush that I need to get transplanted in. And I need to add some soil to that one over there. But that's what we're working on next. It's from Bushel and Berry. It's a peach sorbet. I always said it wrong, but it's a peach sorbet. And I already had one. And y'all, I'm all about things being even. So I had to go buy another one. I think I got this from, actually, I know I got this from Costco. And it was a really good price, so that's why I picked it up. And then when I went to go get another one, y'all, I couldn't find it. I walked through the whole store, and tucked away were two little bushes, and I grabbed one of them. But anyway, we're going to put this blueberry in this container here. In past seasons, I've had, what all have I had in there? Strawberries mostly. I think I've also tried to grow lettuce in here over the past years or whatever, and I've relocated it from another area. So this is where we're growing. And I have some raspberry fertilizer, but y'all, I ain't going over there to get it. That's too far away. So we're going to use regular fertilizer. That's what we're going to use, because I'm getting lazy because I've been out here for hours. Make sure I'm planting it deep enough. It's the other one, I had to struggle to get it deep enough. My energy's running out, y'all. I'm about done. Mom had cleaned this one up, y'all. She thought she was going to put flowers in it. No, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. I didn't steal it from her, I promise. I didn't. The plan was always to use it. I always have people fussing at me, let your mom plant some flowers. And I am. I'm giving her space for flowers this year, y'all. There she is. She's in there. And I need to add some more dirt to the other one that's over there because the dirt settled and it's a little low. So let's go do that next. And don't worry, there will be a video coming very soon. It's going to be a full garden tour so you can see how everything's doing. But I got to clean it up first. Y'all can't see my garden looking this bad. And the grass need to be cut, and the sweet gums need to be raked, and there's just a lot that needs to be done. Let's get our little wheelbarrow over here. Add some more soil. There you go. That one's looking good. And y'all, I found just a couple blue ribbon broccoli plants. And y'all, I'm going to go ahead and plant them. We're going to go over there, we're going to plant them, and then we're going to call it quits for the day. The last area. And that's that area in between my potatoes, which, by the way, are coming up very nicely. I have last year potatoes and Desiree in here. Desiree, I believe, is a red potato. So I have, I think, 12 plants in all growing back there in the front. I have onion. And now we're going to put something right here. And that's where the blue ribbon comes in. Blue ribbon is one of my favorite types of broccoli. And y'all, I love broccoli. I absolutely love broccoli. I want to actually save broccoli this year. I really, really, really want to save broccoli. We'll just have to see if we can or not. This bed already has a ton of soil in it. We're not going to add any more soil. We are going to, or potting mix, I should say. And I've already used up all of my compost, and I'm not going to get any more. So we're not going to add any compost. We are only going to add fertilizer to this section right here where we're going to put in this broccoli. And I'm going to add a good little bit because this is soil from an old bed that I had not far from here. And we took all that soil, we picked it up, we built this metal raised bed, and we transferred the soil into this space. So it is a potting mix that's in there. So it's not like it's not well draining soil, because it is. So here's a picture of blue ribbon if you've never seen it. According to the square foot garden method, you would put one broccoli plant per square. I actually put my broccoli plants a little closer than that. I put mine about every 8 inches or so. And so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. I have 7 plants So let me think of the best way to get my 7 plants in here. I think I'm gonna go 3 across. I do want to leave a little space between these potatoes just in case this plant gets pretty big. And maybe I only plant 6 versus 7. I think that's what I'm going to do. These are transplants, so Mykos is a must for me. Somebody said that brassicas, or I don't forgot, did they say specifically broccoli or if they said brassicas? They said that they get no benefits from the mycorrhizals, from the Mykos. And if that's true, at least it didn't hurt. And y'all, I'm done. I'm done. I'm tired. Whew. Take a deep breath. All right, we fixed our one GreenStalk that it needed some attention. After the GreenStalk, we went over to the neighbors and we planted up a bed and a half, maybe 2 beds if you put it all together. We worked over in the orchard area, and we're going to end over here with these broccoli plants, and we're going to call it quits for the day. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me as I bounced around the garden, getting things done as we keep working on getting this garden ready for the season. If you did enjoy it, please consider subscribing to the channel, turning on notifications, and telling your friends and family all about me. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up. So until next time, and I hope there will be a next time that you hang out at Kim's Cozy Corner with me. Bye.